As we look back over the stories we've done in the summer months, you can easily see evidence of the fact that violent crime is up. One example of that violence, when a 16-year-old was shot and killed at an African market. Gun violence in Brooklyn Park is at a historic, unacceptable level. That's according to the Brooklyn Park police chief who addressed the city council recently. Delane Cleveland has more.
So far this year, Brooklyn Park has 96 confirmed incidents of shots being fired. That's compared to 102 during all of 2020. It's a problem the police are working hard to fix, but it's work that they can't do alone.
The absolute lack of cooperation that the police are getting at the scene and in the follow-up investigations, it's absolutely zero to limited, the cooperation that we're getting. In fact, we're usually the problem when we show up to these scenes. That makes it very difficult to hold individuals accountable for their actions. It also makes it very difficult to try to prevent any further shootings.
It's a sobering admission from the Brooklyn Park police chief, but he says the city is now going to explore non-traditional methods to help curb the violence. One tactic that began earlier this week involves partnering with civilian community members to engage and intervene with the people committing the gun violence. Through the use of a $250,000 Hennepin County grant, the city will work with the nonprofit Minnesota Acts Now to help patrol some of the city's most violent hotspots. That's just one approach the city is doing in conjunction with the county, along with funding programs related to victim support and food insecurity.
Police are only as strong as the support they get from the community. I believe that this community is ready to support our police and the work that you're beginning. Every person in Brooklyn Park deserves to feel safe, and they don't right now.
The police chief says the partnership with Minnesota Acts Now is being funded entirely by Hennepin County, with the exception of city staff time and a vehicle.
And now in our look back at some of our favorite stories of the summer. Here's a story that surprised us. We could not believe the number of people who lined up and paid top dollar to see the rapper and entrepreneur 50 Cent at the Brooklyn Park Hy-Vee. Again, here's Delane Cleveland.
Make some noise if you're ready to see 50. Make some noise out there.
It's not often that a celebrity comes to town.
You doing bottles or VIP package?
But that's exactly what happened Thursday night when Curtis 50 Cent Jackson
Go, shorty. It's your birthday.
Visited the Brooklyn Park Hy-Vee to sign bottles of his signature cognac and champagne.
I'm a big autograph collector, so for me this is something new to add to my collection. I have wrestling, I have sports, a lot of famous people, so this is something I don't have in my collection, and I'm happy to have it now.
Trent Sylvester is one of hundreds who waited in line for hours for this celebrity appearance, one that's a rarity for the suburb of Brooklyn Park.
Right. That's why I was like, I gotta come out here and see 50 Cent. Brooklyn Park, I don't live that far, so I'm gonna come out here.
Thursday's event was the first of 11 Midwest stops for the rapper, actor, and entrepreneur to promote the partnership between Hy-Vee and Sire Spirits, which is owned by 50 Cent.
But it's really great to have him here to get to meet all of the people who love and appreciate him for the work that he does.
Fans wanting to get their hands on the memorabilia had to fork out between $50 and $70 for a signed bottle.
He's starting the VIP now. You'll get a photo and a video, not just a photo.
Whereas a VIP package featuring his top bottles cost between $350 and $800. Yet for many, cost wasn't a deterrent.
I love him, so I need a signature, I need to see him.
Children are often taught to learn the value of $1. But for one night in Brooklyn Park, nothing was more valuable than 50 Cent. Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
It takes many hands to make the Minnesota State Fair a success. We found out that a local nonprofit with locations in Plymouth and Minnetonka has a big part in what the Big Blue Barn serves up every day. Here's reporter Shannon Slatton.
The Big Blue Barn at the Minnesota State Fair has served up thousands, if not millions, of boatloads of deliciousness since it was built 8 years ago. Pierogies, French toast bites topped with ice cream and Pop Rocks, and corn frits are just a few of the items on the menu, served up in what staff call boats.
We literally go through 20 or 30,000 of these in a year, in one season at the fair.
But those boats, simple as they are, used to be a bit of a headache.
We used to just have flat sheets of these liners in a pack, and believe it or not, it gets really windy out here, and they would blow all over the place, and it would slow us down in our production. Not to mention we're chasing these things all over, picking them up.
Plus, sometimes assembling those boats made the lines longer too.
A little bit of a line is okay at the fair, but no one wants to wait 45 minutes for, their pierogies or their corn fritters.
So Stephanie reached out to a nonprofit with willing hands and helpful hearts to assemble the boats before the state fair even opened its gates.
The boat's ready to go versus before we had the relationship, it was grab a piece of paper, fold it, put it in the boat, and it really slows down the process.
Workers from Opportunity Partners, which has locations in Plymouth and Minnetonka, got the job done.
This year we did 95,000 of these pieces of paper into the dishes, and over 100 people with disabilities worked on that project, and we completed it in about 1.5 weeks.
It's been a successful partnership of a business happy for the help and a nonprofit grateful for the work.
Stephanie's been just a terrific partner, and she's been really generous with her praise and just how helpful we've been in their process and making sure that they're serving food efficiently and getting those lines down as fast as they can out at the state fair.
It really helps. It really helps our flow, and and we hope it helps our friends at Opportunity Partners too.